welcome to everybody. This is really exciting to look out here and see all of you who have come from all corners of the care world and our partners who are here. For me, this is a very, very exciting moment. As Robert said, I started talking about this concept of pulling together the care world, and some of it comes from some of the work that I had been involved in my career, spent 20 plus years working on HIV. And while a conference in and of itself doesn't make a movement, I can think about the very, very early days when we had the very first international conference on HIV/AIDS in 1984, and there was about 100 people in the room. The last two conferences have had 20,000 people. Now, again, a conference in and of itself doesn't make a movement, but I think that kind of mobilization, along with it comes an energy, a sense of inspiration, a sense of ability to step back and recognize how important the issues are that you're working on. And so, while I don't think that we're going to look up in a few years and see 20,000 people gathered at a conference like this, I do think that there's value in bringing people together. I think that there is something that happens, and as we all think about ourselves and where we sit in our offices, in our country offices, in our headquarters, whatever, it's easy for all of us to think about the work that we do in isolation. It's easy to think about the tasks that we have to perform. It's easy to think about just what's happening with our country office. It's easy to think about whether or not my particular pipeline is robust enough and all the issues that we think about. But we don't often have the opportunity to step back and think of ourselves in the broader context of this movement that we're a part of. And we don't often have the time to step back and think of who we are in the broader context of care as an organization. One of the things that I remember when I first came on a couple years ago to care is that this notion that many people have mentioned already, that we didn't see that the sum was greater than, the whole was greater than the sum of the parts, and that we often thought of ourselves in this very isolated sense, and that CARE, as one of the largest international NGOs, has the ability to do much more if we think of ourselves in the broader care context, and if we think about ourselves in a much more integrated fashion and a much more holistic and global fashion. So I think those are the kinds of things, and they've been repeated already from some of the other speakers, that we hope that we'll get from this conference, that we hope that we will get to know each other. Often we're just a name on the other side of an email. But when you get to know somebody and have a conversation with them, you're much more likely to be in contact with them and to share information later. So we want people, first and foremost, to get to know each other. We also hope that this will be an opportunity to share lessons, to learn from each other, so that we're not reinventing the wheel, and we know who to reach out to and to get information from, and that we learn new innovations that will contribute to all of our work. We hope that we'll be inspired. Again, I think there's something about coming together that helps to ignite a spark and really helps to inspire us when we go back, and helps us to inspire our staffs and the people that we work with who aren't able to be here, as Robert highlighted. And we hope that this is an opportunity to link with the broader movement, partners who are here, who we want to continue, and as Eva so aptly said, really think about that notion of being the partner of choice and looking at how we can be better partners, so that the work that we do is greater than what we as one organization can do, but it really does link to the broader movement and thinks about partnership in a broad way. So I think those are the kinds of things that we have hoped for when we talked about why bring together this large group of people from across the care world. So I hope you're as excited as I am. I think that this is going to be a wonderful 3 days, and a lot of preparation has gone into putting together this conference. We hope that it's going to be the kind of conference that seems seamless, that seems like this happened without any effort, but we know that a meeting like this takes an incredible amount of effort, and I just want to thank now, and I know that they will be thanked several times throughout this conference, but Jumbe Sabunye, who is sitting here, Meg Burns, Lisa Splitlog, Sharu Goyle, Michelle Marston, Leslie Ellerby and Howard Bell, all of whom have full-time jobs and were willing to put aside some of their other urgent demands to really focus on this and to make this the kind of high-quality meeting that I think this will be. So I just want to pause to give the team a round of applause for all the work that you've done.